Hello, Hypno LA, and welcome back to another fabulous presenter interview. Today, I'm joined by Diana Ruth Briscoe. Now, Diana's got 30 years training experience within shamanic practices and Celtic tradition, so a little bit different. And she and I share a background within alchemical hypnosis. For those of you who know David Quigley, you know all about that. She's a trauma-informed specialist, and she's worked specifically with like sexual and domestic violence survivors. So that's sort of her area of specialism. And she's also an ordained minister. So a whole myriad of fabulous background with Diana. Now, she's going to be presenting Launching Your Creative Work. So Diana, what can people expect to learn from your fabulous presentation?
What we will do in this workshop is we will tap into what inspires and motivates us to create. We all have creativity within us. It's natural. It's something that everyone has. And we will tap into our inner artist or our inner muse or both, inner child, and receive a message of what is longing to be created within us. And we will uncover obstacles to creating that, whether it be fear of being seen, dealing with the inner critic, being too much, fear of success. And then we will take an action step. And this is something for the participants and also their clients. We'll talk about the common reasons and obstacles and how to break through those obstacles so that we can have a fulfilling and successful life in our creativity.
Amazing. And I think creativity is such an important thing. And normally a lot of clients, when they feel stuck, when they're in a place of unresourcefulness, for a better expression, I can imagine building a resourceful creative state can be quite an interesting thing, or getting people to connect to that part of themselves, that archetype that can actually allow them to express that. That's going to be really interesting. So, I mean, you've got a very varied background. So tell us a bit about how you got to where you are today. What's your sort of journey been into this whole crazy world of hypnosis and spirituality?
Yes, absolutely. So my main spiritual teacher was a medicine woman, and she was also a hypnotherapist. She had a hypnotherapist practice. So my healing journey was meeting with her weekly in our spiritual group, and we did hypnotic trance, and we did a deep dive in the teachings of the medicine wheel and the Celtic tradition. A lot of it was clearing, a lot of it was trance work. And part of that wheel is determining your gifts and purpose. So I wanted to express myself as a singer. I had a background in having some voice lessons, and I always wanted to be a singer as a kid. So actually my healing, part of my healing journey was to be able to express myself without fear and shame and playing small. And so part of my healing was to go back to school, study singing, study music, and expression is so vital for our well-being. And that's what a lot of people long for. And that's some of the reasons why people get stuck is they can't be authentic, they can't be themselves, or they'll turn to substance abuse or coping mechanisms because they're not fully living their life. And creativity is a huge aspect of being out in the world and being authentic.
And you're an opera singer, if I remember correctly. Yeah. You're actually professionally trained, and you do like performances in LA. Did you travel outside LA to do your performances, or is it more local?
It's more local, but I've been in Europe, I've been in New York, I've been on recordings. So I have traveled, and I sing other genres as well, but I'm operatically trained, and I have modeling and acting experience. And so that was something that my inner child desired, is these creative outlets. And I put them on the back burner growing up, thinking that, I wasn't important enough, or it wasn't for me, or it was too hard. And so being out there and being myself has bring me more joy and happiness, and also has alleviated anxiety and depression.
That's awesome. And I think it's really great how, I mean, you're really embodying the different work. You've really been doing the work and listening to the parts of yourself. I mean, I think life is about being congruent with who you are, like really figuring out who you are, what you want, where you want to go. And it really sounds like you're living that on your journey. So, I mean, what made you decide, actually, I want to share some knowledge with Hypno LA? What got you curious to actually present with us?
Yeah, so I found that in my practice, I was helping people launch their life work, and that wasn't what they were coming to me for initially. They were coming for other challenges they were experiencing, and then there would be like, oh wow, this is a key to my life's work, like tapping into their inner world, understanding their inner world, and hearing what guidance they were receiving in their subconscious was giving them keys on what would alleviate bad habits, addiction, depression, anxiety, loneliness. And a lot of it was about uncovering their creativity as a tool to restore them to a well sense of being. So a few people came to me to help with anxiety over maybe a recording project or creativity, a creative block. But I found that it was very easy to help people achieve commercial success, record an album, finish their book, uncover a block. And I was like, oh, wait, there's something to this. And I wasn't expecting this creative to be specializing in creative blocks and obstacles. So that was a surprise, actually. But I am a creative person. I love to create trance journeys. I love to create ritual. I love to create, even though I interpret a lot of other people's work, I add my own creative ideas to the music that I sing. And also it helps me problem solve. So I think creativity isn't just about creative, like a creative launch as far as creating an art piece or being a successful musician or whatever. It's also about problem solving your life, creating your authentic life. When you tap into creativity, there's so many answers that will flow to you when you listen to that inner guidance.
So my question to you, you've clearly got a very creative background. You've done lots of different things and you come from a myriad of experience. If you were to give one piece of advice to any budding hypnotherapist, new experience, if you were to give one nugget of wisdom, what would that nugget be that you would offer?
Okay, so just one nugget? Okay.
Just one this time. When they come to the conference, they can get all your nuggets.
I think that like in your practice and in your healing practice, whether it's hypnotherapy or another healing modality, I think it's great to take your time to see how you serve people through actually doing the work. Because sometimes we think we might have a niche, or like some people will think, oh, you're female, so you're going to serve women, or you're going to serve certain things, whether it's addiction or athletic performance or whatever it is. You might not know until you actually take the time to work with people one-on-one on what the results are going to be. So niching yourself right away, I don't think that's important. I mean, it can be useful at first, but actually discovering like, wow, these were the results with my clients that I'm working on. They're singing at Disney Hall, they're recording their album, they're just launched their book. Like I wasn't thinking that would be my niche necessarily. So giving yourself time to explore.
I think that's so true. And like the niche question is so often a big one, but sometimes it's about, yes, you can have an area of focus, but also be open to exploring what comes up, because I'm sure a lot of the people listening to this have had really different experiences with their clients, and they're like, actually, it opens up a new door of things that they can explore, which is super great. Well, I mean, I'm really excited to have you with us, bringing creativity or another element of creativity to Hypno LA. For those of you who have yet to sign up, the link is below. Check out Diana's presentation, find out what you can learn from her and more. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you live in September at Hypno LA. Thanks,
you so much for
coming
David.
on, Diana. And I look forward to seeing you all there.